Your past doesn't define who you are. So this is a sentence that's been thrown around. People saying that what happened in the past doesn't really define who you are. It is from this moment on, what you're going to do next is the most important thing. And I wanted to share this because a few people I've come across that were talking about they feel like they have wasted the previous years of their lives. Their parents have been controlling them and they weren't able to develop the skills in the social aspects, or maybe they feel like they have been bullied before and they had such low self-esteem. And one of the things that I wanted to share with them is that yes, it does feel like right now you're trapped. And at the same time, we can actually say, hey, let's stop this right now and then try to do something else to better our lives. How we can go about doing this is this practice. So there are 2 steps to it. Step 1 is to identify everything that you have achieved. And I know that this step is one of the hardest steps because what happens is when we list out everything that we have achieved, our brains will have a tendency to say, oh, so what? You have achieved this, but what about all these other things that you haven't done? And yeah, what we're doing is noticing that it's going to come up, and then we're going to come back to listing out all of our achievements. Maybe we have graduated, maybe we have started working, maybe we have started making money, maybe we have found a place that we can live on our own. And so just keep listing them out. Doesn't matter how long this list is, just list everything out. And then once we're done, we're going to take a look at the list and thank ourselves for achieving these things so that our brains can hear it and our hearts can hear it. And the reason for doing that is because when our brain has been telling us we cannot achieve those other things because of all these things that have been happening to me, when we look at our achievements, we can say to ourselves, thank you, Claudia, for achieving these things, even though I had to go through that. It's the not because of those things I'm being held back. It's despite or in spite of those things that had happened to me, I have already achieved these things. And so we're trying to reframe everything that's been happening so that we can say, hey, we have actually gotten this far. So that's step 1. And then the second step is to just list out whatever it is that we want to do. We can say, hey, yes, we have achieved these and we still want to do all these other things. So then we ask ourselves, what is it that exactly we want to do for us? Not to do it for other people, to prove to other people, but to say, this is something that is fun for me, and this is something that I really want to work on. Maybe I want to start traveling. Maybe I want to pick up a hobby. Maybe I want to look into something that brings fun and joy in my life because it is something that I really want. So these 2 steps are going to help us move forward in terms of, okay, well, I don't want to use the past to get stuck anymore. I want to take a moment to be very grateful for how far we have come. And once we appreciate this moment, then we can turn our eyes toward the future as to what it is that we want to do that will bring us joy. I hope that this is something that would be helpful for you in regards to the sentence, you are not defined by your past. This is how we can accept who we are right now and then move forward. That's all I have for today. Until next time.